Welcome back, people of everywhere. Today I'm going to be talking about a movie called Blue Jay. If you watched my last Cloverfield review, at the end I said I was going to be reviewing romantic type movies for this month of February. And I also said that I wasn't going to get too sappy. Well, I'm about to get sappy. Blue Jay stars Mark Duplass and Sarah Paulson, who many people recognize from the American Horror Story franchise. About 85 to 90% of this movie only has these two actors in it. There are a couple of scenes with other people, but mainly it is just these two. And I just want to say first off that I think that's incredible. The plot is that two people, Amanda and Jim, run into each other in a supermarket. They're visiting their hometown for different reasons, but they both just happen to be in the same place at the same time. What makes this interesting is that they used to date back when they were teenagers. But they both decide that they are going to spend the day together and just reminisce about the good old days and catch up with one another and just remember what it was like when they were young. When I was told the plot to this movie, I was told that. And I thought it was going to be ridiculous and I didn't really want to watch it. Have you ever been out in public, maybe at a grocery store, or really anywhere in general, and you see an ex from way back in the day, and you lock eyes for just a brief moment, and it is the most uncomfortable thing you've ever felt in your life? But you also think back about all the times you had and how good they were, and you have this odd sort of nostalgia for those days? That's pretty much the feeling you get the entire time you watch this movie. I've watched movies that have made me uncomfortable before, but this is a whole different kind of uncomfortable. There will be times in this movie where they're hanging out and talking about some of the stuff they did when they were together as teenagers, and I'm just like, that's awkward. Yeah, And the performances in this movie are just stunning. Like I said, for a majority of this movie, it is just Amanda and Jim, so their performances had to be top-notch to ever have a chance of keeping anyone's attention. And they blew me away. I have never seen such raw and authentic chemistry between two actors before. And I've seen a lot of movies. There are moments where I 100% am convinced that there is a legitimate romance between these two actors. And that just shows what kind of performance they're giving. They are giving 150,000% here. Now, Mark Duplass, who plays Jim, is also the writer of this movie. And he has to be the greatest writer of all time. Either that, or they are giving damn fine improv performances. It's really, honestly, probably the latter one, but still. Like, one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when they are doing this, like, fake dinner scene with themselves, and they're pretending that they're married for 20 years and they have children, and it is so funny, and they just look like they're having a good time. Most of this movie seems like you are just a fly on the wall watching these two real people interact with one another. Many of the conversations in this film don't seem like something someone would write down in a script. It seems like someone had an outline of where they want the conversation to go, and the actors just filled in the blanks themselves. Especially when it comes down to the ending of the movie and you find out why they broke up when they were in high school. It truly is one of the most authentic arguments I've ever seen put to film, because I truly think that they are probably improving this scene, because the reason for it just comes out of nowhere, like things do in legitimate arguments. And the looks on the person getting yelled at, the look on their face looks like they're trying to comprehend what's going on really quickly, and then continue the scene. In all of my years of watching movies, I have never actually sat down watching a movie and been that person to go, "Just kiss her, you son of a bitch!" That's really it. I don't have a single flaw with this movie. Just watching these two people give some of the most authentic performances I've ever seen, reminiscing on their what seemed like a really fun and enjoyable and really quirky relationship that they had as teenagers, makes for a brilliant film. So, this has been the month for my first F score, and it is also going to be the month for my first A+. I highly recommend it to anyone who thinks they would enjoy watching a movie where it's really just two people on screen reminiscing about the past for an hour and a half. If you're a fan of romance movies, or you want an example of two characters giving some great chemistry with some great dialogue, I really think you will like this. It is a Netflix original, so you really just have to go to Netflix and it'll be right there. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I might be able to fit one more review before the month is out, but if I don't, then March will be something that I plan to do from here on out in the month of March, and I will be reviewing musicals for Musical March. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.